A part of the condescension, and we'll talk about this next time, a part of the condescension of God is that he's willing to talk English to Englishmen, French to Frenchmen, and astrology to astrologers without necessarily proving anything about astrology at all. God will talk to you, friend, in your language if you'll let him.
Now we trust that you've taken your notes and you're now ready to take our TV Bible exam, which is coming right up. Question number 1. At the time of her purification, what offering did Mary bring to the temple? The answer, 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons. Question number 2. How did Simeon come into the temple? The answer, he was led by the Spirit of God. Question number 3. What promise was made to Simeon by the Spirit of God? The answer, that he would see the Messiah before he died. Question number 4. What was Simeon's message to Mary regarding Jesus? A, that Jesus would be set for the fall and rising of many in Israel. And B, that Jesus would be for a sign which shall be spoken against. And C, that a sword would pierce Mary's soul, that the thoughts of many hearts may be revealed. Who was Anna, and where did she live? Anna was a prophetess who lived in the temple. Where was the temple treasury located? The treasury was located in the court of women. What question did King Herod demand the chief priests and scribes to answer? Herod demanded to know where Christ the Messiah would be born. What was the Jewish leader's reply? in Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophet, And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. Now our professor, Dr. Ward Williams.
We're looking today at picking up again the visit of the wise men, sometimes called the Magi, from the east. This account is given to us in Matthew 2. It may be of a little bit of help to us to catch the geography which is involved here. And we look now at a map which is basically an Old Testament map rather than the life of Christ. But this is the Persian Gulf, Caspian Sea, the Black Sea. This is an inset. Southeast corner of the Mediterranean, the Red Sea crossed by the children of Israel. This is the land of Palestine or Canaan, where the life of Christ was passed except for one journey into Egypt to escape from the wrath of Herod. This area in here is the east. It means Mesopotamia. It might be worthwhile taking just a minute to talk about this word Mesopotamia. We have the word mezzo-soprano, meaning a middle range voice. We have a mezzanine, meaning the middle floor between two floors in a store. We also have the word hippopotamus, which is a horse that lives in the river. Hippos being horse in Greek and the potamus being the river. So that if we put these two together and we bet the potamus and the mezzo, we get Mesopotamia. That is the land between the two rivers. Here is the Tigris arising in Mount Ararat, where the ark had settled down in Genesis 5, 6, and 7. Here's the Tigris River running down almost the Persian Gulf before it is joined by the Euphrates River, which runs west, south, and then southeast again. Now this is the background territory for the Old Testament stories. A good part of Genesis takes place in this area. It is from the land of Canaan, or Palestine, that the northern 10 tribes were later taken captivity to Assyria. And then in 3 captivities, 605, 597, 587 BC, the southern kingdom of Judah was taken captive over to Babylon. Ur, from which Abraham had come, was located here. This area in the opening verses of Genesis has the same rivers as are mentioned in the account of creation. There's a little problem here as to whether or not this is the actual location of the Garden of Eden, because we have, like in the United States, we have many cities which are named after their originals over in England. We have New England, we have New York, we have New Amsterdam, so on. And so that it's possible that if there were names of rivers in the Garden of Eden, back here, Tigris and Euphrates, that other rivers could be given the same names after they were driven out of the Garden of Eden. We're uncertain whether they're the same or whether the same names applied to different rivers. This is particularly true since the flood. We do not know how much of the Earth's surface was changed by the catastrophic changes brought by the flood. Anyway, this area is an area which has always been very strong in astrology and the study of the heavens. This grew out of the nature of the land. Egypt is made by the Nile. This land is made by the Euphrates and the Tigris. This whole area in here is part of the dry belt of the earth north of the equator. This is desert by nature. Up in here, however, there is a lot of snow